And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Premier Sims Gaming League's live coverage of the PlayStation Formula 3 World Championship. We're here and ready for short qualifying action around the United States Grand Prix. The Circuit de Americas is set ready to host round number 13 of the World Championship, and we have 18 drivers who are ready to get going around this very exciting track. Hopefully, we see the same amazing race we saw in the USA just a couple of weeks ago here in Formula 3. The drivers are ready, and I'm very excited. We had a blisteringly amazing race in Mexico, and it's going to be just about much of the same, I believe, here today as well. And here we are in the pit lane. It is slightly cloudy skies, but mostly blue, and that's going to mean dry weather here for the race at the moment. And we do not know if we will be experiencing any rainfall during the race, but of course, if we are able to get that information for you, we will. I'm just making sure the audio seems to be all good and checked and ready. Thank you, everybody, joining us right now as some drivers are already coming out onto the track. It is Menno, who is going to be the first driver to lead us away here in the qualifying session. So the Circuit of the Americas, a very interesting track. Tire wear can be a concern around here, as well as track limits, much like we had at Mexico. This S section that Menno's currently going through right now at a little bit of a slower pace is particularly a target place for penalties. So drivers are going to want to make sure to keep their cars within the track limits and avoid unnecessary 3-second time penalties, which can accumulate over time, as there's many drivers coming out for their outlaps. Track is cold. It is late in the afternoon, I believe, in this current setting, and then we'll get into the race after the 16 minutes and 40 seconds left in the session are over. As you can see, the engine revving a little, the engine back burning there a little bit there as Menno's about to come around for his first lap. And we'll see how the first set of qualifying laps begin, as he's now just coming through the third sector there in the Williams, in that George Russell helmet that just came available on the VIP store. And here we go. Menno is about to start off his first lap, so let's get underway with qualifying here as the Williams opens up its DRS flap and heads across the line and coming into turn one. Let's run on board with the Williams of Menno as he's keeping as far to the right of the track as possible before turning left into turn number one, hitting the apex just enough onto the curb, a little bit out of the exit, and now into this S section. Very crucial to keep it within track limits and keep up your momentum, keep the speed through these S sections. And I believe he just about did it okay. Let me see the lap data there, track data. He is okay, and it was a little scruffy coming out of the exit of the S section, but he did it okay through there. Now, coming out of the end of the first sector, he has set, of course, the fastest first sector of the session, but we do expect that to be improved as the session goes on and the track evolves a little bit. As now, on to the next DRS straight of the lap. This is a long back straight with the DRS flap open, of course, increasing the miles per hour by about 10 to 12 miles per hour, especially at a track like this. Long back straight, of course, keeping to the right, braking around the 100-meter board and into the turn. You can cut a lot of the turn towards the end of the DRS zone, and now through the slow sections of Sector 2, lots of dips and curves as the track becomes an undulating mountain. And now into the third sector. Just a couple of almost flat turns to go before we end it off. This, of course, is completely flat. This long, sweeping right-hand turn. A little bit of a dab of the brake before slinging into the penultimate turn. The final turn can be tricky. It's almost a little bit of a blind apex there as he misses the apex a little bit, comes across the line, and 1:31.6 is going to be the fastest time so far in the session. As IFR Tom Rebel quickly goes faster with a 1:31.1. Lewis is about to come across the line. He has a valid time on his hands here. A little bit of a snap from the rear, and it's going to be slower than Menno going into the third spot. IFR Pat, a regular contender for wins here, as Jesper has gone up a 1:32.5. That's something he's definitely going to want to improve as the session progresses. Let's ride on board with the Renault here. And see how he fares. As times are just flying in. Bowen has gone fastest so far. Here's the time for our Patio's third fastest in the Alpine. I said Renault, my apologies. Alpine is the car. And oh boy, I think we might have a problem here. I think I did leave, yep. I think we left comments on. Can I change that?